Hi, I'm Ranjit Singh of Logos English Services. Today I'll talk to you about the structural approach to learning English. Now, the structural approach to learning English consists of 4 ingredients. The first is traditional grammar learning. In order for one to be competent in the English language, a knowledge of English grammar is essential. And the second ingredient is substitution tables. Language is a matter of habit. When we instill the right habits to learn English, it becomes second nature. And the third is syntax. Syntax is the arrangement of words in the English language, the clear arrangement of words. And the fourth ingredient is sentence structures. Now, sentence structures are very important because when we write an essay or any sort of report, we are writing sentences. Now, let me explain to you further about syntax. Let's take an example of the sentence. He is a playful boy. There's an adjective in this sentence, and the adjective is playful. Now, this adjective comes before the noun and it's used attributively. It's an attributive adjective. Now, the second sentence, all men are mortal. The adjective in this sentence is mortal. This adjective comes after the subject and is used predicatively. This is called syntax. Now, this knowledge is very important if we are to understand and apply the knowledge of grammar in composing sentences. Now, let's take another example of adverbs. He explained its words clearly. Now, the adverb clearly comes after the object, his words. This is the verb. This is the subject. This is the verb and this is the object, his words. So the adverb clearly here comes after the object, his words. Now let's take another example. Your son will soon return. Now notice the adverb here. The adverb is in between the auxiliary verb will and the principal verb return. Do you notice the place of the adverbs in these sentences? Now they are placed differently. Now this is called syntax in the English language. Now coming to sentence structures. Let's take an example of a verb of a sentence. The boy is clever. Now this sentence in the English language is called a simple sentence because it has only one verb and it makes the meaning very clear. The boy is clever. Now look at the second sentence. They are both smart and intelligent. Both and. They are correlative conjunctions joining the adjectives smart and intelligent. They are a combination of two sentences joined together as one. The two sentences are, they are smart. The first sentence, they are intelligent. The second sentence. Smart here means neatness in dress. So observe that the two sentences, they are smart and they are intelligent, have been combined into one sentence using the correlative conjunctions both and. Now in English language, this sentence is called a compound sentence. Now let's take an example of a third sentence. The boy who is 10 years old is my nephew. Now observe, this sentence has a main clause and a subordinate clause. The main clause, the boy is my nephew. There's also a subordinate clause, who is 10 years old. If you were to take these two sentences apart, they will be like this: the boy is my nephew. And number two, who is 10 years old is the subordinate clause. Now this subordinate clause is an adjective clause because it is begun with the relative pronoun who and the antecedent is boy. Notice that both these sentences have subject and predicate. The first sentence, the boy is my nephew. The boy is the subject here, is my nephew is the predicate. And the second sentence too contains the subject and predicate. Who is the subject, is 10 years old is the predicate column. Now there's a difference between the first sentence and the second sentence. The first sentence, if it were to stand on its own, makes complete sense. But if I were to say to you, who is 10 years old, you'll be wondering, what do I mean by who is 10 years old? It doesn't make complete sense. Therefore, it is called the subordinate clause. And it is dependent on the main clause to make the meaning of the sentence clearer. And this sentence structure in the English language is called a complex sentence. Therefore, the structural approach emphasizes the study of sentence structures in a rigorous manner so that the student who learns the English language in spoken and written English. Thank you.